Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I am Florida Boy, and this is my EDC channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at a flashlight, and this will be a review. The flashlight in question today is the Wurrkos TS10. Let's get into it. All right, so this is actually a pretty sweet little flashlight. Gee. Another video with me not being able to talk. So this guy runs about 30 bucks on Amazon. They do have a 20% off coupon, I think, running on it. So not bad. I mean, after everything's all said and done, you pay like 20 something bucks, 20, 25, 26. I don't know. I don't math very well. 24, 25. Okay. Yeah. Good enough. So relatively inexpensive. It is not a huge flashlight by any means. I mean, we're looking what, 2 and 3/4 inch. So relatively small as far as weight in the pocket goes. We are a solid 1.7 ounces. So relatively light, and we will also do some flashlight comparisons just so you can kind of see what I'm saying. How about, oh man, we'll start with something pretty similar. This is your Olight OPen 3. You can see that these things are very, very similar in size. I'll put something a little bit bigger on top of it. This is going to be your Olight i3T. And then how about next to the i5T? Ah, yeah, see, that's quite a bit bigger. She's chunky. Next, we'll take a look at the Rovivon A9 Pro. That is the copper construction. And just to show something that's going to tower over this, here's your Warrior 3S. It's basically the Rat Model 1 of the Olight world. But there you go. There's your Warrior 3S. We'll just do a couple more. How about the OPen 3 Pro Max? There you are. And we'll just do the Arcfeld. This is the first generation, the internal copper variant. Just so you can get a size comparison. And if we look at carry profile, we'll compare it to the Arcfeld. Here you go. So it's actually got pretty good size to it. It's not just a super tiny mini flashlight, because if it was, I would more than likely hate it. So here it is next to the OPen 3. You can see the size difference there. I am glad that it is a tail switch model. I do prefer tail switch. Also, that button is recessed. You can tail stand, which is awesome. And if you haven't noticed, that is a blue auxiliary light, which is cool, right? Gotta love auxiliary lights. Parasitic drain. Yeah, I know. You ain't got to tell me. We'll put it right next to the light that I'm currently carrying. This is my Emerald. Well, there we go. LD70 Mini, the EDC variant. There we go. It's got that nice little Olight Timascus bead. And yeah, because this does not have a pocket clip, but I like the light a lot. Love the light. I cannot believe how cheap that light is. All right, so we'll wrap that up for comparisons. Not the video. You thought you were getting out that easy? You're not getting out that easy. All right, so instruction manual. The instruction manual is written in 1.5 million languages. But what we're going to focus on right now is just our English language. So right here you can see runtimes. So on runtimes, this thing will get to 1400 lumens. And it's supposed to run on 1400 lumens for 1 hour and 15 minutes. I will have to test that out because that's a lot. So on 900 lumens, you get 1.5 hours. On 580 lumens, 1.5. I mean, this all looks kind of like the same. 130 lumens, 2 hours and 45 minutes, 50 lumens, 6 hours and 43 minutes, etc., etc. You have a basic mode of operation here, and then out of the box. So this is interesting. This is the whole reason why I pulled this guy out. So out of the box, you get very, very simple UI. This is running Anduril, but it's running Anduril simple UI out of the box. So 1 click, 2 clicks, 3 clicks, 4. 1 click turns it on. Hold, that's for smooth ramping. Hold again, that is for ramping down. Double click for turbo, yada, yada, yada. So here's where it gets interesting. You can do 10 clicks, and on the 10th click, you hold, and you switch from the simple UI to the advanced UI. That's a neat feature. I like that you can go to the advanced UI. But I will say, for a light this size, I will probably keep him on the simple UI. So there's that. We'll go ahead and take a look at Badoop. Also, if you wanted to see this unboxed and the boxing and stuff, that was a separate video. But I did do an unboxing on this already. This did come with the Wurrkos 14500, and it is a 900 milliamp battery. It is a button top and an unprotected cell. So you'll need a battery charger for this. They don't include it. Inside the light itself, everything looks good. No kind of corrosion or anything underside the lens and the LED. And the tube itself looks good. I almost thought that this thing had an adapter to go for a bigger battery, but it does not. That is not an adapter. That is part of the construction, in case you were wondering. Threads and everything look good too. I get pretty impressed with the Wurrkos lights. So far they've been pretty excellent. Actually, too, if I don't know if you saw my video on it. Let's see. Sorry, had to back up. This is the Wurrkos FC11. I probably should have used that for comparisons, but you can see here size difference is pretty astronomical. This is a good size light, but as far as like the actual bezels themselves go, not too slabby. One of my only gripes about this light was that it is a side button. Not a fan of that. I am one of those that like to hold my lights like this. So a light on tail switch is always the way that I'm going to be, or at least prefer. I'm always going to prefer that. So this guy right here, auxiliary light, parasitic drain, yada, 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 yada. I know. But I mean, I don't know if I've ever had a flashlight die on me while I'm actually using it. If I'm being honest, I keep them charged. I check my battery voltage. I know when they're gonna die on me. So that's just one of those things where it's just a minor gripe point. It's not something that I harp on. I have a MSR, my UV thrower. It has that light up button. I'm sure somewhere in Anduril you can probably turn that off. I would assume. Maybe not. Could be part of the hardware, not the software. But I mean, like I said, not a big deal. And that's $100 light. This, like I said, this comes in the $20 range. So, in terms of being used, the tail switch is actually very nice. It is almost flush, to be honest. It's not super tactile, like it's not super clicky. Here you go. It definitely has a prominent click, but it sounds mushy. It doesn't feel mushy, just sounds mushy. So now that I've got that out of the way. 1400 lumens, 90 CRI. And this is, if you haven't noticed, we have 3 LEDs in this bad boy right here. And if we press the button, put it on moonlight mode, once you start actually using the light itself, the LED turns off, or well, I guess the auxiliary LED turns off, and you end up with your actual flashlight. When you power it back off, your LED turns back on. And that's the skinny on the LED. I thought for sure when I unboxed this that this was a 3-piece construction. It is not, at least that I've been able to get a hold of. I can't get it apart if it is. No biggie. I'm not going to mod this light. Not going to happen. You can see here, you can take off your clip. I don't see why you would. It does not have a spot for a lanyard. Well, I guess if you're going to put it in a pouch, putting it in a pouch is a whole separate story. The retention on the clip is good. I don't have any issues with the clip. It actually has a lot of retention, and so does the reverse part of it. So if you're going to stick it on a hat or something, it is not going to fall off. When I read the actual the doodad, the Amazon listing, after I bought it, I realized it said without charger. That's kind of lame, to be honest. I didn't really need another charger, but it's kind of lame to sell a flashlight and not include a charger for it when it includes a battery. I mean, it might have made more sense to just do a protected cell and then throw in a cord. I don't know. That's just me kind of being nitpicky. I don't feel like anything that needs to be charged should come without some sort of charger. Just because. Now I get price point, yada yada. I know. But this is an open and honest review, and these are my open and honest feelings. So accept my feelings. I mean, aside from that, it does come with a lanyard. I was looking for the lanyard, and I might have thrown it back in the box. Maybe, baby. Where's... Oh, man. I don't know what I did with my knife. Let's see if we can get... Oh, God, these things. These boxes with these little pull tabs are just going to be the absolute death of me. I did not put it back in the box. So it did come with a lanyard. I don't know what I did with it. It's somewhere in the vicinity of my little workstation. I don't know where it is. I did find my knife. That was the knife that I've been carrying lately. I've got too many knives to try to cycle through. All right, so let's actually turn this thing on. I realize we haven't really done that yet. So press and hold, and we go into, well, hold on. Press and hold. I couldn't see it turn on. There you go. We are in moonlight. If I press and hold again, I will smooth ramp up. It'll blink when it hits the ceiling. Smooth ramp down. Smooth ramp up. There we go. It didn't blink. Probably because I was messing around with the settings on it. So just like any other, you can double tap, and that shoots you into turbo. Sorry, my voice is being weird. Right here, see this little heat warning right here on the actual flashlight? Very justified. That millisecond of turbo I had it on, it heated up pretty quick. You also have a nice little symbol here that tells you don't throw it in a trash can. So yeah, thanks for the reminder. A lot of billboarding on some of these lights, a lot of little symbols and all kinds of junk on here. I'm not a fan of that. Not a fan of it on pocket knives, lights, really anything that I carry. It's not really necessary. This light is Ipx8 rated, so you get plenty of waterproofing. If you didn't notice, whenever we took this little guy out to get to the battery, we do have a nice little O-ring right there. There he is. So plenty. Ipx8 is good for EDC. I have noticed that it's completely random once I take it apart and put it back together. Battery wise, whenever that LED wants to turn on, and sometimes it doesn't turn on until I turn the light on and turn the light off, and then there's the LED. Sometimes it does. Sometimes I screw it on, put the battery in there, screw it on, and the LED pops right on. So I don't know what the deal with that is. Randomness. There are 3 auxiliary LEDs in here. I know it's kind of hard to see, but here's what we'll do. We'll do this. We'll cuff it. There you go. You can see 1, 2, and 3. So that's why it looks so pretty. The camera's not doing it justice in here. It will when we go do the beam shots. Speaking of that, let's go do that. All right, so this is not a super high power light by any means. So I'm not going to do a bunch of comparison shots or anything like that. Oh, there goes my AC unit. So what you see glowing right there, that's actually the auxiliary lights. That is not just the flashlight itself. So go ahead and ramp it up, and we're just going to walk around with it. So this is fully ramped. See there, definitely lights it up. See how far out I have it in front of us. We'll ramp it down. That's probably about medium, I would say. And it carries a good distance. Ramp it back up. That's high, that's your ceiling. We'll turbo it. Yeah, look how much this little light carries. Ramp it back down. And just so I can show off what I was talking about earlier, back to the auxiliary. Yeah, there you go. You can kind of see it in front of you. It's pretty cool how this little light works. See, this is the auxiliary light. That's pretty neat. You can see all three of the LEDs as they're turning. That's that blue light. So if you get it in like a red or anything like that, it'll definitely shine through. It is a lot brighter outside than I thought it was going to be, than just sitting there with my auxiliary light, or with my losing words, studio lighting. There we go. That's what I meant. You knew what I meant. We'll put it in the moonlight. There you go. We are not very high off the ground. We'll slowly ramp it up. Yeah, this little light puts out some power. And like I said, this is the 4K. 4K looks good. This is me walking around in my yard, not doing a whole lot. All the neighbors probably wondering what I'm doing. We'll turbo one more time. Ooh. Pretty impressive for a tiny little light. There he is. I have to say, I am pretty impressed. So yeah, that'll wrap this up. Let's get back to the table. So overall, this light is actually pretty good, especially for the price point. I mean, Wurrkos has a lot of offerings, and they really don't disappoint. I haven't had any issues. This guy coming in at 90 CRI is great, and this light by itself has a bunch of offerings. You can get it in pretty much all the cool colors. This is the silver. It does come in an OD green, a red, a black. The LED, this guy right here, these aux LEDs, blue, orange, red. I mean, that, like I said, this, you can pretty much get this light in whatever configuration you want it. So I mean, for the price, I don't have a lot of argument here, to be honest. I'm pretty happy with it. Pretty happy to add it to the collection. I don't know how much I will carry it once I'm done kind of reviewing it, mainly because it is small. This emelet light just fits the bill, and I'm really happy that it does because I like it a lot. I can still have it sticking out the end. I can still hit the button. That's important for me because if you have to use your light on turbo, if it is too close to your hand, or if it is stuck inside your hand, like so, you are going to cook your hand pretty quick. I mean, obviously you'll notice before you do it, but this one, see, with it completely level with my finger, me hitting the tail switch, it's in there. So that is one gripe for me. Now, I have an XL hand. I do wear XL gloves. I don't have any tactical gloves, so I don't know if that makes a difference. But normal gloves, nitrile, all that stuff. Extra large. That's how big my little piggies are. So yeah, it's a little small for me personally. Honestly, this light may end up in a giveaway once I'm kind of done using it for what I'm going to use it for, and may just give that one away. We'll see. We'll see. You'll have to let me know in the comments down below what you think of this light. Honestly, I think it's pretty good. I really think it's pretty good. It comes with a battery. It doesn't come with a charger. So if you do order one, make sure you have a charger. You're going to want something probably kind of similar to like, let me see here, like one of these guys that you can just charge a single cell with. If you have flashlights like this, you probably already have something like that, but it's just something to note. It is something just to remember. Aside from that, good light. It's running Anduril 2.0. That's awesome. 1400 lumens, and basically this thing could be a keychain light. It's got a little spot right here where I think you could absolutely hook up a keychain on that little clip. The clip does not just slide off. It is on there. This is me. See my fingertips? This is me cranking on it. It's not going to come off. It's sturdy. Good construction. Just a little small. That's all. That's it. That's all. Just a little small. That's my only gripe. So we're going to wrap this one up. Thank you guys for stopping by and checking out me and my tiny flashlight. We appreciate it. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button and consider subscribing. I would greatly appreciate that, and so would my little flashlight. If you'd like to see more, let me know. And also, I am on the hunt for gear. I've mentioned it a couple times. If anybody has any suggestions, cheap, budget friendly, premium friendly, I don't care. Just let me know what you think. If it is budget, I can probably buy it faster. Sometimes the more premium stuff, I have to kind of plan it. But, it is what it is. So thank you guys so much. Comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. You know what I'm saying. I appreciate you. I'll catch you on the next one.